working through our own self-awareness through the attachment theory, it's an opportunity for us to grow in communication when we're like trying to point the finger at somebody else while we're
Mm-hmm.
communicating. Because I'm doing this is me playing my part, but you also have a role here. So how do we
Right.
say that out loud without getting our partner on the defensive?
A few things come to mind. So it really gets back to basics, which is the I statement. And I think a lot of us, if we've done any therapeutic work or coaching or even just basic communication work, we've heard of an I statement. Um, and that is, and I'm going to then go back up after I say this, an I statement is, I feel or felt this way when this happened. So it's not, you did this and you're doing this and you're making me feel this way, which is like automatically going to really
Mm-hmm.
heighten someone's defenses. And no good communication comes of when your defenses are up, your heart rate and your pulse are up, breathing is labored, like you aren't reasoning even from a cognitive level when those things and physiological triggers go up. So when you back it up and you change the way you communicate the very same thing, which is, I felt X when you did this, or I felt X when this happened, which I think is even slightly better because then it's not the you word. You can stay away from the you word.
Uh-huh.
That usually totally transforms some communication, because then people can go, okay, so you felt that way, not, but I didn't, but and someone's already off to the races, right?
One of those books along the way was Attached by Amir Levine.
Uh-huh.
And since then, it's given me such a clue to look introspectively,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
it's hard.
Most people say that therapy days are hard, but in the end, you're like, oh, okay, I see where all the puzzle pieces fit.
Mm-hmm.
That's why that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's definitely layers of peeling back the onion. We use that
Mm-hmm.
analogy all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
one layer will get us so deep, and then another layer shows up, as opposed to just like slicing the onion down the middle. When you go that aggressively, you're just going to have nothing but tears.
This is so true. So true.
So when I found the attachment theory and I read through the book, I resonated with with the avoidant attachment style more so than anything
Mm-hmm.
else. Of like, oh, I
Mm-hmm.
enjoy my partner, but
Mm-hmm.
well, it's not always that simple.
Right. Right.
And there's that further layer that I've had to dig deeper to find the fearful avoidant as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Somebody
Mm-hmm.
who really, really, really wants to connect and have a relationship, but they have this tendency to self-sabotage and to put
Mm-hmm.
up walls very easily and to get triggered easily. So,
Yeah, I think that's what I see most often in the work I do with clients is when a partner, potential partner presents themselves that can actually meet their needs, then triggers like this whole set of responses that are designed to keep the person safe, right? Because if they've had relationships in the past that have been hurtful, have been rejecting, have abandoned them, it's small or big ways, like, war, car crash,
global
earthquake,
pandemics.
violent, or not violent or non-violent rape, sexual assault, pandemics, right?
Mm-hmm.
And small t traumas are like, it's a kind of a misnomer, right? Like, they're just as impactful. They're in disguise, right? Because it's almost like they're so, I don't even have words for it, like,
Less obvious. Is that what you're
yes, less
looking for?
obvious, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. And they're usually over time, right? So it's not one event that's very obvious, it's multiple small events for years and years, maybe even decades. And so then it's like, well, this is just normal. It's not trauma, right? That's just what happens in relationships. That's just how it happens to me. But when we really look at it, it's death by a thousand paper cuts kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing.